this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? Tommy Nation Politics. Hey, what's up, guys? Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. Do you hear an echo? God damn it. And this is the red line. Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today?
Affects almost every one of former President Trump's properties, including right here in South Florida.
The New York Attorney General is suing Trump and his 3 adult kids, alleging they lied to get loans. Local 10 Sanella Sabovic is live with this developing story. Sanella.
Well, the New York Attorney General's office says that there has been widespread fraud, not only dealing with the former president's businesses, but as you mentioned, his property like Mar-a-Lago that you see here directly behind me. She's calling this the art of the steal. More legal woes for former President Donald Trump.
We are filing a lawsuit against Donald Trump for violating the law as part of his efforts to generate profits for himself, his family, his company.
New York Attorney General Letitia James has filed a $250 million civil lawsuit against the former president, the Trump Organization, and his 3 oldest children, alleging that fraud not only touched all aspects of his business, but also his properties. The lawsuit filed today alleges they were involved in fraud that lasted for more than a decade, accuses the Trumps of grossly inflating the former president's net worth by billions of dollars.
You understand me? And I'm going to sue you if I have to. Do you understand me? Yes, I hung up. You didn't get disconnected. I hung up.
Claiming you have money that you do not have does not amount to the art of the deal. It's the art of the steal.
A portion of the lawsuit reading, Mr. Trump Organization used these false and misleading statements repeatedly and persistently to induce banks to lend money to the Trump Organization on more favorable terms that would otherwise have been available to the company, to satisfy covenants, and to induce insurers to provide insurance coverage for higher limits at a lower premium. Among other allegations, the suit claims false numbers were used to calculate property values. For example, Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate was valued as high as $739 million, but should have been valued at $75 million. The president has denied wrongdoing and has called the investigation politically motivated.
I am announcing that today we are filing a lawsuit against Donald Trump for violating the law as part of his efforts to generate profits for himself, his family, and his company. The complaint demonstrates that Donald Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself and to cheat the system, thereby cheating all of us.
Could have been better.
Could have been better.
It could have been a hell of a lot better. But look, I'm not a guy who's going to run around blaming people. So I'm going to take responsibility for that. So if you want to fire me, go right ahead.
All right, Gene,
but I think
you're fired.
Suing CNN for defamation. He claims the network tarnished his image by calling him a racist, a Russian lackey, and he says they frequently compared him to Hitler. You are a recovering lawyer. How does this play out in court?
This is going to be very tough for Donald Trump simply because...
Let me ask you a question. He's knocking the hell out of Stephanie. He's telling me how bad Stephanie is, and you're interrupting him.
A lot of people hearkening to the Nicholas Sandmann settlement that happened. Nicholas Sandmann was not a public figure when all of the defamation or alleged defamation
With happened. Nonsense over nothing. Why don't you let him knock? He's not knocking you for a change. I mean, how stupid can you
Trump be? Is the most public of public figures that we have. So that bar is going to be extremely high. That's the way the law is set up. That said, Stuart, if somehow he is able to win a case that went to trial, which I think very, very low likelihood, that would change First Amendment law in our country forever.
Something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, There will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? The red line, or to cross the red line, is a phrase used worldwide to mean a figurative point of no return, or a line in the sand. This is the fastest, farthest, and highest point or degree considered unsafe. Today, I have with me, and good to have you back, Jamarr Jabari from the Voice of Change podcast, doing great work. He's the last investigative journalism, him and Aaron Matei. And we're going to go through.
Whoa. Those are
We're gonna
big
go through
shoes to fill, my guy.
we're gonna go through the red line of the 2024 presidential campaign and what I believe is in store for America. You also heard the words I always harken back to. That was the person that's always who's the person that's they're always trying to make a capitalist, the right wingers, but he's really a socialist. Yes, Orwell. It's Orwell. He said.
Well, yeah.
He said it's going to be a foot on the neck of society. The moral of the story is don't let it happen to you. Well, it's already happening, Jamarr. And how are you? But first of all, how are you? How's it going, bro? Good to have you back.
I'm good. Just dealing with throat pain and all that stuff. But
did you do the hot toddy? Did you do the hot toddy?
Right now. I looked into it. I just didn't make it yet, but I'm probably gonna do that later, though. I'll let you know how that goes.
Well, good, bro. I thought you were sick, bro, because you saw the Trump town hall. I don't know if you saw this, but
yeah.
Well, from well, Anderson Cooper wants to let you know what you saw. This guy is hilarious. I start with Trump, guys, because Trump's one of my favorite dunderheads. He's like Mike Scott in The Office to me. But even more funny than Trump is literally Anderson Cooper. Look at this headline, Jamarr. What you saw. He's gonna tell us what we saw, bro.
CIA affiliated Anderson Cooper.
Listen to this guy.
Maybe you haven't been paying attention to him since he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him. It can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far. So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It is happening again. He hasn't changed, and he is running hard. You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again. But do you think staying in your silo and only listening to people you agree with is going to make that person go away?
Yes, because you said it was gonna. I don't understand, bro. He said it was gonna. Jamarr, can you comment on that? CNN told us that Trump was gonna go away, bro. He said that. He really did. I'm not even lying to you. What do you think about that?
Well, Tommy, we all knew that they need him for views. So they would never let him go away, even if he wanted to. When he wasn't even running, didn't they try to find every single story they can to keep talking about him? But then all of a sudden, like, it's like, oh, we thought
what
he was
you
going to go.
saw.
No, he wasn't going to go away. He's not
my favorite part. My favorite part, though, is that like they do the stage in town hall to get views, right? And then Anderson Cooper has to go on television to tell us what we saw.
Right.
Like we can't interpret it ourselves. We're so stupid.
We know what we saw, bro. And he also kind of took a shot at his viewers, talking about, oh well, We can't have people one that only agree with what you believe with. Yeah, I know. But y'all have used the media to gaslight so much and with fear mongering that people have become very, very tribal. For you to like just to say, oh, people are doing that just because that's how they want to see it. No, this is the way American media runs. You control the narrative and because you have the mouthpiece of the power, and the power wants separation. So you're doing exactly what the power wants you to do. So don't ever try to say, oh, it's because the people only want to hear one side. They only want to hear one side because that's how you curate your media. You
I mean,
brainwash them.
talk about carrying your media, and then we're gonna actually dive into that more because of the Durham report. I mean that in and of itself is exactly an example of what you're talking about with carrying the media. But
Yeah.
first, guys, I just want to finish up with Trump. All of his fucking all of his toadies are being sued. All of his
Yeah.
people are going to jail, and I don't really think like I told you and Willie Bragg on your show.
Hmm.
He doesn't have the money to run, Jamar. I don't know if people are registering this in their heads or really considering this. He refinanced his mortgage on Trump
Yeah.
Tower. It's
Yeah.
real. He's being sued up and down. He wants to. It said in the news today in the USA Today. He wants to sue Fox News for going against his narrative because they had to rail everything back with the Dominion voting machines.
Right.
So this guy is so desperate. He wants to do his own fucking lawsuits. He's already in some lawsuits himself. This was the deposition. I have to show this, guys, before we move on. This was the best deposition. This was the art of the deposition of Trump. It was the Gene Carroll case in which he was, we're talking about defamation once again, because again, he says he's got verbal diarrhea. And also, he's kind of a rapist. We all know from the Billy Bush tape. But this is the deposition. Check it out.
Position of former President Trump. The video for the first time being made public tonight in the sexual assault and defamation case brought against him by E. Jean Carroll. The president's lawyer saying he will not testify in court. So the jurors saw this deposition instead. The former president seen on video responding to documents and questions posed by Carroll's lawyer. And after repeatedly saying E. Jean Carroll is not his type, the moment he was shown this photo of Carroll, she's on the left there from years ago, asked who it was, Trump in the deposition says it's Marla. Marla Maples is his second wife. ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky leading us off at the courthouse tonight.
This is the former president of the United States answering questions in a deposition about a rape he insists he never committed, saying of his accuser, E. Jean Carroll, she's not my type.
I take it, sir, that you stand by that statement today?
Yes, I do.
Donald Trump shown this photo the moment he met Carroll in the late 1980s.
You have in front of you a black and white photograph that we've marked as DJT23.
When asked to identify the woman in the picture, Trump mistakes Carroll for his ex-wife, Marla Maples.
It's Marla.
You're saying Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carroll.
Oh,
The person you just pointed to was E. Jean Carroll.
Trump continues to insist he didn't rape Carroll because of the way she looks, even after he confused her for his ex-wife. So her lawyer following up with this question.
The only difference between me and other people is I'm honest. She's not my type.
I take it the three women you've married are all your type?
Yeah.
Trump doubling down.
She's accusing me of rape. A woman that I have no idea who she is. It came out of the blue. She's accusing me of rape, of raping her. The worst thing you can do, the worst charge, and it never took place. And I will tell you, I made that statement and I said, well, it's politically incorrect. She's not my type. And that's 100% true. She's not my type.
Carroll's attorneys.
First of all, it's not 100% true because he just thought that he was his wife. Jamar, do you want to unload on this? Because there's so much I had to say about this. How much of an idiot liar he is. It's funny.
Where can I start? Where can I start? Honestly, it's very disgusting from saying that. It's because it makes it sound that if she was your type, would you have tried to assault her?
Yes!
Like, you put yourself more in a hole just even saying that, bro. Not really a good starting point. And then the whole like getting mixed up between knowing what your wife then looks like and you point at someone that you say that's not her, that's your wife. I think that maybe he has some mental issues right there. I'll give him that because he is getting up in age. But this is absolutely disgusting.
There
And
was actually a poll that said that 70% of Americans don't think that Joe Biden is fit to lead mentally our country, but 52% of the country doesn't think that Donald Trump is mentally fit. Isn't that crazy?
They don't talk about those polls. They don't bring that up. Donald Trump, if he did, he probably definitely did something to that girl. There's a lot of other cases coming out about him, just like with Biden, where they were talking about him. Tara Reid leads her story. Also heard these elites, they do these things and they think they can get away with it because they have the cover up until they run out of money and then they don't have the cover up no more. That's why we see R. Kelly, who was a huge successful singer. He ran out of money. That's why he can't have his cover up no more. And Trump, all these fucking monsters, they will stay up and down and didn't do anything. And people will tell you, "Oh, these women are lying because they want to back them. They want to back the powerful." But I'm gonna believe them.
Yeah, they said that about Stormy Daniels.
Right, right, right. And there's like, "Oh, she's a porn star." Okay, her profession.
She didn't sign the NDA. She didn't sign when she signed the NDA. It wasn't when he was running for president. It was before that.
Right.
This was before he was running. This was during 2016, by the way, when he was talking about grabbing women by the pussy.
Right.
He literally was talking about doing that.
Right.
Then he talks about.
That. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Then he talks about how he doesn't rape them because it's not my type, but literally he thought that she was his wife. Like that question was perfect from the prosecutor. So the women you married, are they your type?
Yeah.
Like this is literally the level of idiocy that Donald Trump is at, bro. So I wonder, Jamar, how is it that he is still polling at this amount? Is it just the disgust of Joe Biden? Like what is with our electorate?
We are in an abusive relationship, left and right. We're in an abusive relationship as Americans with this system. It's forget the whole left and right. The working people are in an abusive relationship with this system. And we have no choice ever but to choose from this evil motherfucker or this evil motherfucker. That's just the way it is. And I wish people see it that way.
It sounds like a boot being on someone's neck. It sounds just like Orwell said. It sounds exactly what Orwell said. A boot being on someone's neck. And always there will be an enticing power of fear and victory. Just like now. That's why they're keeping Joe Biden in power with the Democrats. That's why they're keeping Dianne Feinstein in power in California, even though she's completely incapacitated. She thought she was. There was clips that she thought she was still in Capitol Hill, and voting for things. I bet you, even if you went up to her and showed all of the laws that she did not vote for, she would still believe she was voting for those. That's it. That's a level of it's denialism that I've never even experienced before.
No, I agree. It is. And they don't want to pass the baton because they want to have power. It's all about power 24/7. And if they do pass the baton, they fear that they'll get somebody in like Ocasio Cortez, but they're able to, over time, size them up and put them in the place they're supposed to be, which is being subordinate, bending the knee to power, not oppressive power, but actually redirecting your stance to full, real leftists that think that you're actually doing something, but you're really making a mockery of these stances and no one can stand for them. That's what I feel that they have done to these Ocasio Cortez, Eli Omar figures, which did I see that coming? No, did not. But no, they're either going to
you and Willie are funny because I saw that coming. I saw them coming. I mean, I didn't see AOC coming so fast. So I didn't see it so fast. I thought it was going to be a gradual, but it just went full fledged. Let's deplatform our enemies. Let's listen to Mama Bear. Let's completely union bust. Like that was fast for me, but I mean, I saw it because you have to go back and watch clips of Nancy Pelosi when she was a kid, like AOC. Like she was talking about Medicare for all. She was talking about a Green New Deal. And then all of a sudden, with all of these donors, and I don't know AOC's excuse. She's supposedly not being financed by anybody. I need to research that a little bit more. Maybe that'll be the next show. But one thing that is
No,
being
we gotta
researched.
look into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But back with the Trump part, with him
go ahead.
being broke. Yeah, he got to run for president so he could be able to make enough money to pay his debts off. Let's just be honest, people. A lot of these motherfuckers that run for president, they don't run because they think they're going to make it. They run because they can make the funds and get the donations. And guess what? They keep the funds after. Where's the camera? They keep the funds after they make the donations and all that stuff. The donations don't go away. They don't disappear.
I know,
They just go into their pockets.
They're grifting
Like,
you.
I'm trying to explain to people how politics actually work here. So you telling me, oh, I donated to this person, they didn't win, and stuff like that. Okay, why did I waste my money? No, you didn't. What you really did is you just funded this person so he can get out of debt. That's what Trump is doing.
Or
Trump is
in the
pulling
case of Hillary
Elliott.
Clinton. At least he keeps the money. Hillary Clinton just sucks everyone dry and loses.
He didn't even take the payments of being president, which I thought was very odd. He should have did that if he
really should have.
That was
I know.
a very smart thing to do.
I mean, somebody told him about that. Jamar, that's a really good point because someone probably told him to do that because he was up to his ass in Russiagate and then he was up to his ass in debt. And then the Democrats finally got his tax returns and it reveals he's not a billionaire. By the way, guys, breaking news. Trump's not a billionaire. Trump's not.
Congratulations.
And that's why nobody's saying that anymore. Have you noticed that? Because he's not. So it's so funny. It's so funny. And the money that he did get was from Celebrity Apprentice, which is owned by NBC, whose parent corporation, that's the parent corporation of MSNBC, guys. Just so you know. MSNBC, NBC, Disney, okay, all these corporations that you guys love so much. You watch Rachel Maddow, right? Yeah, they're all paying Trump. They were all paying Trump for years and years and years. 8 seasons of Celebrity Apprentice.
One of 6 big companies that owns media. They practically own the media, so they fit the narrative.
Thanks to
the thing? CNN. The girl that was interviewing Trump in the town hall, she used to work for Fox News. I don't know if everybody knows that.
Yeah.
They recycle journalists all the time. CNN
they do.
Never left.
Nicole Wallace.
Idea that CNN
biggest neocon ever. Nicole Wallace, biggest neocon ever. MSNBC. Biggest neocon ever, bro. She was right there with she was like Nancy Pelosi had the broom to sweep up war crimes. Nicole Wallace had the dustpan. Just so you know, guys.
Yeah,
literally.
I mean, where did Megyn Kelly go after she got fired from Fox News? She went to MSNBC. I couldn't think of the acronym right now.
Speaking of MSNBC, we're going to talk about breaking points for a second, guys.
Yep.
Let's talk about Crystal Ball and let's talk about Sagar and Jetty, who used to be they used to be fucking amazing journalists. I mean, I really like Crystal Ball's monologues.
She's a great journalist, yeah.
She really is. Sometimes
I have
when she
issues
wants
with
to
her on China, but that's where every Western.
So, question for you, Jamar. Before we get into this, you were talking about how people go, people run for president because of money. Now, what you just said about Trump, do you believe that's true with Marianne Williamson? I want you on the record.
I don't know. I don't know that much about her, except for her politics. So I'll have to look into that.
So you haven't been following all this indie media drama that's going on right now? Have you been following this indie media drama? Jimmy Dore has been going to war with Crystal Ball. And Marianne Williamson officiated the wedding of Kyle Kalinske and Crystal Ball, who got married recently. And they had this really interesting interview, which I'm only going to play a little bit, guys. I just want y'all
RFK,
to get,
right?
Yeah, with RFK. And I just want you to, I want y'all to see this, and I want y'all to take your free-thinking, innovative, and open-minded minds to work on this.
So let me ask you about vaccines. This is an area where you and I have significant differences. And, you know, just to level with you on this, like a lot of what you say I really respond to. I think you're a very genuine person. But the across the board, whether you want to call it vaccine skepticism or anti-vax advocacy, which has been a central part of what you've been up to for the past number of years, for me personally, it's an issue, and it's a real sort of red line. And I know I'm not alone in that, especially running in a Democratic primary. There are going to be other millions of people like me who have similar concerns. So how do you win them over? What's your message to people who think like I do?
Well, but just tell me where you think I got it wrong.
Well, I think you get it wrong when you draw a correlation between the rise of things like autism and the introduction of vaccines when there isn't hard scientific evidence tying those things together.
How do you know? Let me ask you this. How do you know there's not a hard scientific evidence?
Well, because the one major study that purported to show that was retracted, and the scientist who conducted it was,
Now, what you're doing now,
basically
Crystal,
fraudulently created. Listen,
No.
Hold on.
You're
But
raising this
I don't
issue.
want to get in a debate with you about this because you've spent your life pulling out this study. Now, I will tell you. Let me just tell you.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Let me just tell you.
I'm not.
I've listened to hours of interviews with you with an open mind, and I'm not persuaded. Now, maybe I'm wrong. That's possible. I'll hold it out there. People can watch. I thought Megyn Kelly did a phenomenal interview with you that went through all these claims piece by piece by piece. I really encourage people to watch that whole exchange because we won't be able to do it justice here in the 5 minutes we have left. But there are going to be people like me who aren't persuaded and who see this as an issue. And the fact that it's been such a central part of your advocacy means I can't just sort of put it to the side and say, well, I'll just ignore, this piece that's been really important to you in your life. So you're running in a Democratic primary. You have a lot of people who feel even more strongly than me who think that, Dr. Fauci is a hero and all of these things. How are you going to persuade them? How are you going to reach them? And what is your message to them?
Well, first of all, I'm not leading with, my opinions about vaccines. What I say to people is show me where I got it wrong. Show me where I got my science wrong. I've written books about this. I wrote a book about a link between thimerosal and autism that has, I think, 450 distilled scientific studies that confirm and validate that hypothesis, and 1,400 references. And if I got something wrong, show me where it is.
But I think people have shown you where things are wrong, but you don't want to hear it. Is because I've seen, numerous fact checks. Dr. Vinay Prasad, who we, really respect on the COVID vaccine. He went through your interview with All In. He did a fact check. I mean, it's not.
And I did a fact check of Vinay, and you should read that.
I will take a look at it. But I don't think that it's fair to say nobody has ever pointed out anything that's been wrong.
Well, here's what people complain.
So this is my point from the little bit of it that I showed, because I don't want to show the whole thing. First of all, it's their show, and it sucks. But first of all, you see fucking Sangar and Jenny just like nodding along. He knows what she's doing. What she's doing is MSNBC talking points. Everybody knows that. Second thing, Marianne Williamson has the exact same views on vaccines that he does. She does. In fact, she said that the HIV vaccine or the HIV disease literally could be willed away. It could be willed away by your manifestation of not being. I don't want to have it anymore.
Oh, I see what you're going with here. She's being hypocritical.
She is, bro. Is it not that? Is it hard to see? Like, Marianne Williamson is even worse with anti-vax. Yeah. And by the way, RFK is now anti-vax. He's anti-vax. He's anti-lockdowns. Mm-hmm. He's anti-government overreach because they killed his fucking dad and they killed his fucking uncle. Mm-hmm. So I would be too. I already am. But by the way, the Federal Bureau of Investigation sucks too. And I literally, I don't. Where's the leg to stand on with this? What are your thoughts on what we just saw, Jamarr? What are your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, a lot of people are anti-vax because of the stigma that has happened in the past. So I don't think that this is a conversation that she should have even brought up, honestly, because if Marianne Williamson has similar views, then you should also get on her about that as well, too. Because let's just be honest, a lot of people they don't basically trust our healthcare system here.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is.
I'm not smart enough to break down each point with people, stuff like that. I do see the benefits with their vaccines, and I understand the benefits of, I understand the issues that happen between the COVID vaccines and stuff like that. But to just pick and choose who to come after when people that you support have the same similar views, like I just think that it comes off as disingenuous, and it's actually sad, and it kind of could hurt his campaign because people that are rooting for him, they'll see that and then they'll be like, I don't know. And my issue with that as well too. I mean, hey, look, I'm not going to vote Democrat, but I will feel bad for a Democrat that's actually going to support him, and then anything but Biden. In my standpoint, like you don't want that motherfucker back. You let his anti-vax ass run and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. You don't want that
Hey,
motherfucker back, bro.
it's the unvaccinated majority, fat. It's the see. That's the thing that got me. Okay, so I've never been anti-vax. I don't believe I'm anti-vax now. It's just the process on how these vaccines came to be. First of all, Operation Warp
That was the
Speed.
only conversation that people had.
Operation Warp Speed was literally Trump's idea, and it was a dumb idea because he's a fucking idiot. First of all, these vaccines take years. They take years, bro. We're gonna have it out in 1 year, less than that, and then it's gonna be mandated.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
mean,
that smell?
I was
Kinda
scared
smells.
to take it. I did my own research, and I had to do it because of my job, and I took it. But if I didn't do my own research first and just been like, all right, whatever, and did not take it, I probably would have been fired, and I still would have been okay with that because a lot of people have already been fired at my job that did
Really?
not take the vaccine. Yeah, of course.
That's amazing.
If it helps.
And does it slow the transmission? Okay, I'm going to be on YouTube, so I'm not going to talk about these too much. So,
You know how
but
that goes.
I've already been struck a million times by these guys. They like to pick on me. I'm nothing. I don't understand why they do. Like,
I
literally, I'm
don't know
nothing.
why. It's because you have over 1,000 subscribers. That's
I think that's why, bro.
why.
You guys be more vocal though. My subscribers be more vocal, okay? Because I can't. Every time I appeal, it's just like 5 minutes later. Nope, you suck. It's like literally.
Nah, look, RFK, look, from, I'm a socialist, so I would run for the people and stuff like that. And the Democratic Party is a bourgeoisie party. But I'm
Bourgeoisie.
glad that, yeah, straight up bourgeoisie. But I'm glad that RFK is running and saying
too.
things that make people question the system, stuff like that. I think that's good, and they need to have that. But
I agree with
he's
you.
going to win? No, I feel like he's going to bend the knee, just like Marianne Williamson.
He already
before.
did. He already did to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
He already did. And that's why a lot of people are pissed about him too.
Gonna bend the knee again. So
speaking of Hillary Clinton,
she gotta do, I guess. But I don't think that was a conversation to have. I honestly don't think that was a conversation to have with him. I feel that she kind of ruined a certain momentum that he was building. You know.
Well,
I don't appreciate that because you wouldn't do that. I mean, would you do that with a right winger? Have you ever saw her bring a right winger on and just went to ham on him?
That's really a good point.
Her co-host is a right winger. Why haven't you brought anyone on?
And did you see him fucking standing there and nodding like a little cuck? That's how these right wingers are. They're cucks. You see how Sagar? You see how Sagar just turned into a cuck the minute he knew that his co-host was like gonna shill for Marianne Williamson.
Yeah.
The minute he knew, oh, you're a shill, I'm gonna nod along because I'm a cuck of the corporate. So that's how right wingers are to me. Like literally, he literally just played into his habitat. Sagar, you by saying absolutely nothing, literally told me everything about you and your right wing. Just so you know, Sagar.
Oh yeah.
So
he's a real right wing guy.
Yeah.
He got some.
He is literally he went cuck immediately, bro. He just
honestly, I don't get the. I'm gonna be honest with breaking points. I don't get the luster. I don't understand why people love them so much.
Because she's hot. She's hot or something, and she does have beautiful. She has beautiful words too. Her monologues, like I'm gay, so I don't really care about her hotness. but her monologues are very, very, very good. She does think those
They
through.
still tout a lot of not anti, but a lot of bigotry still within their research. They still do tout a lot of issues that I have problems with because people don't fully understand because we're Westerners and we're not going to fully see the other side from the Easterners and stuff like that. All we see is starvation, but we assume the starvation is their fault.
Right? And who are the ones voting? Not them.
Yeah, exactly. Not them. They don't get a chance to tell us, like, hey, you know that guy you put in office last year? Yeah, he drone strike my country and made us starve for a long time, or brought slavery back. But all right.
It's like I said about Biden earlier on the Facebook page, is that he's one of the politicians that could literally, he would do free states and slave states. He is an old-fashioned politician that would he would be in the 1850 compromise. He'd be right up there. Hey, what? So we're gonna have Delaware as a slave state, Philadelphia is a free state. What do you not like, Fat? You're gonna have to work with Hispanics now, Fat. That's what he told us.
I mean, look at the hypocrisy right now. Before he was saying that he was not pro sending fighter jets over, and now he's pro sending fighter jets over, knowing that could cause World War III.
So literally, thank you for bringing that up, Jamar. Thank you for bringing that up because how much more are we going to take from this guy? He just is deteriorating the social safety nets that FDR put in place with the New Deal. And not only they call him a New Deal Democrat because Bernie Sanders is cucking along as well. I don't know what the fuck is up with him, but literally he's deteriorating the New Deal. And at the same time, he's putting in place a military-industrial complex with the fortitude of a million like fucking Greek ships. If you watch 300. Meanwhile, Biden's best friend, Hillary Clinton, is jelly. She's a little jelly, I can tell, about the fact that he's gonna be reelected, probably because Tulsi Gabbard said this was her theory. You can tell me if she's right or not, Jamar, but her theory is that they're gonna get Biden reelected so that he will die during his presidency. The Democrats will garner sympathy, and then they could put in place the most puppetist of the rich, the most cacklist of the cackling, Kamala Harris, their puppet, their chosen one, the one they wanted all along until Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her. They'll put her in place, and she will be the perfect instrument for Wall Street, the military-industrial complex, and the banks. Tulsi Gabbard said that yesterday, and she said that on Hannity, which doesn't make her look too good. But I don't find a hole in it. I don't find a hole in that theory. Everything she says about Kamala Harris is true. So I don't see this to be untrue. What do you think about her analysis?
I mean, Biden is up there, and I don't wish death on anyone, but he is getting up there, and he's past the life expectancy for the
She has, so. Yes. But he still can't retire because we just upped the retirement age. Fat.
But no one's protesting.
I know.
For that, like France is literally showing what labor struggle is. But all right, that's another.
These boomers are so lazy. You would think
Kamala Harris.
You would think with the lunch counters and the Civil Rights Act, they're done though. Are the boomers done?
Yeah,
the boomers are done. Okay.
I mean, Kamala Harris would be the perfect guest woman for the Democratic Party. I could see that happening. I mean, if there wasn't a scenario, she wouldn't be in the place that she's in right now. So I keep clenching my teeth, Jesus Christ.
I agree. Tulsi Gabbard agrees.
That was a different scenario. She wouldn't be in the place that she's in right now. She would not be vice president if they thought that she wouldn't be a yes woman to be able to get the job done. Would she be more war hawkish? Probably. She was a cop, people. So, she might be war hawkish. She might be ready.
Good points.
And that's one thing I fear about the Democrats so much, how they can just be so eager and so willing. Like what Biden's doing, if she gets in office, she'll probably be like, let's just Taiwan attack China or some shit.
Taiwan is a small country. China is a big country.
Yeah. Taiwan's not even a country. That's the funny part. It never even was acknowledged as a country. Like, we're saying dumb things. We don't read. But that's a whole different story.
Somebody's reading, and someone disagrees with you that Kamala Harris is the chosen one. Her name is Hillary Rodham Clinton, and she's coming back.
Hillary Clinton just stuck a knife in Joe Biden's back. The woman who lost to the guy that the big guy beat says Biden's age and health are a big concern.
There was that heart-stopping moment where he almost fell over coming down the stairs a day or two ago. He didn't use the railings. Jill wasn't there with him. Every time that happens, your heart is in your mouth because these things could be consequential. Is that a concern?
Well, I mean, it's a concern for anyone. And we've had presidents who've fallen before who were a lot younger, and people didn't go into, heart palpitations. But his age is an issue, and people have every right to consider it.
Hillary's right. Presidents and presidential candidates fall all the time. Sometimes they get thrown into vans like a side of beef. Now, here's what the moderator was referring to. Biden falling while descending a flight of stairs in Japan, almost took a header. Biden in the hospital probably wouldn't be much different from Biden not in the hospital since no one ever sees him anyway. But listen to what she said here. People should be concerned about the president's age. And that's coming from a 75-year-old. Do you know what a trust fall is?
Saying, and I think he's right. Don't judge him by running against the almighty, but against the alternative. I am, of the camp that I think, he's determined to run. He has a good record that 3 years ago people would not have predicted would have gotten done. So I obviously hope he stays, very, focused and able to compete in the election, because I think he.
First of all, you got to be focused at the beginning.
I gotta say, I love the comments the guy made.
You got to be focused first, Fat, before you can stay focused.
Oh, Hillary, shut up. Whenever I see her speak, I'm just like, shut up. God, shut up.
Half of these people, Jamar, I literally tear my eyes out like poltergeist. It's like, I literally watched it with my glasses off, so I don't have to see their faces.
Why do they still interview her?
Because she literally is gonna kill them all. She doesn't,
They should continue to interview her, because every time that she talks, you notice she starts saying things that the CIA is doing and shit like that.
Yeah, it's true. Like she said with the Mujahideen. Remember she said?
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh yeah, we are the Mujahideen," and then 30 years later, when you can't fucking charge her for war crimes, that bitch.
Right. Everybody's dead. Like, oh, I'm not sending any death squads. I'm sending death squads.
I know. These guys are cretins. They're fucking cretins, bro. They're cretins. They're cretins to the highest hills. To the highest hill, guys.
No, but like Hillary just needs to go find a ditch and just lay in it. Like, why is she not decrepit?
Because she has to talk to you about how Joe Biden's age is a problem, even though she's 75. Okay?
Yeah, we know it's a problem, Hillary. And your age is a problem too, so shut up. Not that far from it.
I just love how she's attacking an old geriatric fucking president. Just because she's jelly. Just because she's jelly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, bro. She probably called that reporter. Who is the reporter? I don't know her. Hey, bitch. I want to talk about Joe Biden. Get me on the line. I'm coming out of the woods. Get me on the phone.
I think what's even more disgusting is how she has a podcast out now.
Oh God!
With her and her demon child, where they talk about women empowerment and stuff like that. And it's like they get like Stallion on something. Like, why are you exploiting these actually good, decent women with your war criminal ass and your grooming war criminal daughter? She's not there yet, but she will be there soon.
Oh yeah,
is over
she's
here
there
acting like you pro women.
She's
there. I love the drone strike women overseas. Like, okay, how many women died under Hillary when she was Secretary of State?
Well, you see, it was a great business opportunity. It was a great business opportunity for a military industrial complex that pays off all of her debts And by the way, Bill Clinton was exploiting people with Epstein, so why can't she exploit women with podcasts? You know, what's fair is fair. Are we equal? We gotta be equal. Equality,
Honestly, I should not be saying
equality,
this.
equality.
I should not be saying this, Tommy.
What?
Because I do not want to end up in the tree with
Say
a
it.
self-deflicted
Say it. We're
shot
already in the
wound.
tree, bro.
They're going to say, "Oh, he shot himself 2 times."
I just want to say that Jamarr was very happy with his life. He's got a girlfriend. He just came back from vacation. He's doing perfectly fine, guys. He did not kill himself.
Right? Thank you, Tommy. At least you'll be able to vouch for me when they
I
be
will.
like, "Yeah, he shot himself twice."
I don't understand how they
in the
wouldn't
head.
take me first, since all of my fucking videos are getting struck off YouTube for no reason. Years later.
Oh.
Years later. Like literally, the
gotta keep
FBI's
going alive.
the FBI's offended now. Okay, thanks, guys. Anyway,
Again. Oh wait, that's my issue. Like everybody's coming at the FBI. Like, hello, people, the CIA too. Let's not forget about them. Like they literally, Breakthrough News just did an incredible segment on talking about the relationship between European Nazis and the CIA and how in cahoots they have been together for decades and the bloodshed they put just to make sure no type of socialist establishments in Europe ever stands. Like, it's absolutely insane for France. Um, like, it's very important to know what the CIA is doing. They love to hang out with Nazis because they use them for their agenda. They love to hang out with terrorists because they use them for their agenda. They love all those people that you're sitting there on your TV screen watching, screaming like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" They're funding them.
they're also
That's what's happening.
supporting the right wingers that they call radical, like fucking Carrie Lake and all that shit.
The cartels. Kerry Lake, cartel best friend. No, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not gonna say that.
All right, guys, we have a retraction and an action. But guys, don't forget.
Oh, you got a retraction?
No, I'm just kidding. Guys, for thinking innovative and open-minded. This was Tommy Nation Politics live stream. And this is Jamarr Jabari. It's good to have you back, bro. Hey, next week, guys, I want to make an announcement so it's official. Keaton Weiss from Due Dissidence is going to be on the show. So y'all buckle up. It's already scheduled. And Keaton, I'm doing this so you can't unschedule. So, all right. So this is literally official now, bitch. Love you. Love you, Due Dissidence. Russell, we'll get you on soon, too. All right? Jamarr, you have anything to say before we go?
Long live the workers.
Long live the workers.